today we're going to be making zucchini casserole. One of the beautiful things about this dish is it does not require any cream of mushroom, anything. We're just doing real basic natural ingredients and making a wonderful tasty casserole. This zucchini casserole, you're going to need about 1 large or 2 smaller zucchinis. So I've already got some zucchini chopped up and I'm going to show you how I do this. I like to use my jumbo French fry cutter to do my vegetables. And so as you can see, it makes wonderful French fries, see, that we can cut up, that we're going to actually have for dinner tonight. But it also works great on harder vegetables. So it makes nice, easy work of chopping the vegetables. If you want to zoom in on that, then you can see it makes these nice julienne kind of strips, a little thicker obviously. And then all you have to do is collect them and cut them. And the great thing about the jumbo French fry cutter is that you get cubes that are basically all the same size. So when you go to cook them, they'll all be done. So we'll do the next one. Actually, I should go this way. And you just put it in. And this, it comes with 2 size cutters. I actually like to use the smaller one, but you can get bigger squares if you want. But like I said, I like mine small, sort of like the little hash brown look. And so you just cut those up. And you're ready to take your zucchini to the frying pan. Now for this recipe, you're also going to need 1 small onion, which I've already chopped up. There's a lot of chopping you can do ahead of time here. And then about 1 cup of tomatoes chopped up. My kids, not so big on tomatoes, so I did a little less, but 1 cup is about adequate to do this recipe. The other thing you're going to want to do before you start putting this together is you want to take 1/3 cup of rice and cook it. So 1/3 uncooked cup of rice, and you're going to cook it with 2/3 cup of chicken broth. That's going to give us more flavor. You'll notice in mine I have little meat bits because I make my own broth, and I like to put the little nubbies that come off the meat into it. You can also substitute, if you can't have rice, you can use quinoa in its place. And it's the exact same ratio, 1/3 of uncooked quinoa to your 2/3 cup of chicken broth, or vegetable broth, or any other broth that you would like that's going to add more flavor. So we're going to go ahead, take our ingredients, namely our zucchini and our onion, and we're going to head over to the stove and saute that up. Alright, we're over at our skillet, and we have put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We have added our chopped zucchini, roughly equals about 1.5 cups to 2 cups, depending obviously on the size of the zucchinis. Nothing is ever precise when you're picking that up from your grocery store. And we're going to add 1 clove of garlic that's been cubed. Now I cheat, I always have. I like to use my Pinzie's mixed garlic because I don't like to chop it that fine and end up with smelly hands. So I'm just going to add that right on top. There's some powder in there because I realized I measured it all at one time. Just the minced garlic. And we're going to saute these for 7 to 10 minutes until it's tender. So we're going to do that, and we'll be back with you when it's done. All right, we have finished sauteing our zucchini and onions and garlic clove. And now we're going to, this is where the rest of the flavor comes in. The rice adds flavor with that stock. I'm going to opt to not use the rice. I'm going to use the quinoa instead to finish off my dish because I'm actually cooking dinner for my family, and I'm going to use the quinoa. But you would use, if you are not dairy-free, you could use the rice and regular cheddar cheese. But for my family tonight for dinner, we are having it with quinoa. So you're going to take your zucchini, and this is your spice mix. This is 1/2 teaspoon of basil, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of sweet paprika, and mostly 1 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're going to add all that in. You can see that. And we're going to stir that before we added anything else to make sure the vegetables are good and coated with the spice. Now you'll notice with this dish, it is more vegetables than it is, let's say, the rice or the quinoa. So you're getting a healthy dose of vegetables. Okay, now we're going to add our quinoa, or your rice, if that's what you prefer. Okay, there's our quinoa. Set that aside. we're going to add those tomatoes. These actually were from our garden. Into the season, but we're still getting them, so we're lucky. And that's it. Now we're going to give it a big toss. Toss that all around. At this point, you can add some salt and pepper to taste. If you don't like salt or you need to cut back on your salt, then by all means, don't add it. Also, if you have a problem with nightshades, just leave out the tomatoes. It does add color though. But like I said, very forgiving recipe. You can always leave that out. We use Daiya cheese. There's also Galaxy Quest, which is really good. They have shreds that are really good. I've reviewed them and they're super tasty. This is 1 cup in a package of Daiya. It's 2 cups. We're going to put 1 cup in and reserve 1 cup to top the actual casserole. So this is the binder. Instead of those nasty cream soups that are full of all sorts of stuff you can't pronounce. And mostly allergy-free because there's wheat, there's corn, there's soy, there's dairy. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff in that stuff. So here is our filling. We're going to take a greased 8x8 dish. And we're just going to pour it in. Scoop it all in. Spread it around. There we go. And then we're going to top with the rest of our cheese. And we're going to put it in a 350-degree oven. Cook it uncovered for 20 minutes. See you then. All right, our zucchini casserole is done. We've plated it up. On the one side we have our zucchini casserole with the quinoa and the Daiya cheese. And on this side we have our regular rice with the cheddar cheese. Looks great, so we're going to dig in and I've got to feed my kids. Until next time.